Today, it's all about Rey Sol right here on the Tequila Hombre. Coming up next. Hello and welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre, a live stream where today we are talking about Rey Sol, baby. Oh yeah. And I'm going to be talking about the regular Rey Sol and the 2 barrels of the 10-year age that we had with the Tequila Barrel Collective. And we'll do a tasting of all of them and do kind of a comparison and let you know like the differences in the flavor profiles. The first barrel of Rey Sol that we did is sold out. It's gone. So it's impossible to get in on that. But we do have the second barrel landed now. So I want to tell you guys a little bit more about that. And tell you the difference if you've bought into the first barrel and you haven't bought into the second because you were thinking about, maybe they taste the same, you still have bottles left. Well, I'll go over the differences between those two so you'll know what to expect if you pick up a bottle from the new barrel. All right, so the way this is going to work is I'm going to go ahead and go through information about how it's made and all that stuff. Then we'll do the tasting, and then we'll get to the question and answer and discussion session part. If you have a question that you want to ask about Rey Sol, make sure you put a capital Q next to it so I can go through and pick out the questions. We can answer those. We'll also go through the comments. And if you want to contribute to the channel and help support the channel, you'll notice on the chat there below the chat, there's a $sign. And if you click on that $sign, you can do a super chat or a super sticker. And when you do that, it'll ask you to pick an amount of money that you'd like to donate. You donate some money and it helps support the channel. And we greatly appreciate that. And when you do that, your question or comment stays on the chat screen there on YouTube for longer. And then you also get priority from me in addressing your questions or comments. And then I thank you immensely for supporting the channel and supporting all that I do here on the channel to help you guys with your questions and stuff regarding tequila and agave spirits. We'll hit a couple of hey, hola FP and and hey, hola Todd, welcome. Glad you guys can make it. Excuse me, I got a little rough thing going on in my voice. But let's not waste any more time though. Let's kind of talk a little bit about Rey Sol and how it's made. And I'm gonna do something a little different today where I'm gonna actually show you guys some pictures. So Rey Sol, if you didn't know, is made at a distillery called Casa San Matias. It's located in the Los Altos area in Ojo de Aguas de las Tias in the highlands of Jalisco. I have to read the sign because it's such a long name. It's kind of hard to remember the name on it. So if you're not familiar with Casa San Matias, they make other brands that you guys may have heard of. They make the San Matias Gran Reserva, which you've probably seen around. It's in a black bottle. It's dark black. It's a very nice French oak aged Extra Anejo. They also make the San Matias Tahona line, which is fantastic. They make Pueblo Viejo, which is great as well. They make a bunch of different brands, and they're good quality stuff. I've always enjoyed the stuff that Casa San Matias makes. So it's all made. This is actually the distillery that you're seeing a picture of, the front gate of the distillery. And for Rey Sol, they use a different kind of agave than most of the other agave that they use for their products, where with the Rey Sol, they use a 10-year-old, a minimum of 10 years old agave. So it's ripe, it's mature, it's full of the rich starches and sugars that you're looking for when you're going to cook it. So they use premium agave for this, not like, the other brands that they do that are less expensive. They'll source agave that's, all over the place from 5-6 years on up. So, but the Rey Sol, it's 10 years and more for the agave that they use. After they harvest the agave, then they have it, brought into the distillery. It is cooked in hornos, in brick ovens. They have quite a few of them here at the distillery for making their tequila. And then after it is done cooking in the hornos, it is then cooled, and they use a roller mill to extract the sugars from the agave. Now, the way this works is the agave is already chopped because they chop it in half. They take the middle part out because it's bitter, and you don't want the bitterness in there. And then they'll after they cook it, they put the pieces of cooked agave on the conveyor belt. It goes up into a shredder, and then it goes into the roller mill, and the roller mill then presses and sprays it with water and presses it to get the sugars and stuff out of the agave fibers. So after they're done extracting the sugars, it is then fermented in stainless steel vats, and that right there is what they call krausen on top. It is caused from the CO2 gas escaping the fermentation while the yeast is doing its work. So it bubbles, and there's actually also yeast on the top of the krausen. So this is what it looks like when it's fermenting. And if you've ever been in the fermentation room at a distillery, it smells so good. So good. So after fermentation, it is then twice distilled using stainless steel stills with copper coils. And so when they distill it at a higher proof and then proof it down. So it comes out at 110 proof, and then they proof it down. So if you're lucky enough and are there when they're making it, you can actually taste the Blanco as it's coming out of the still at still strength. Okay. So after it is done, it is then put in French oak barrels. Now, normally they're new French oak barrels for the regular Rey Sol, and for the special 10 years, they had custom barrels made, and then they filled those with the intent of letting them age for 10 years. Now, this particular stack is the 10-year stack that I took when I was there to select the barrels. This particular stack, there was 150 barrels total of the 10-year aged. We were the first to pick 2 barrels. So we got 2 barrels out of it, the first 2 barrels ever picked. And so I got to pick them they came out of this stack in their barrel room. So that's me selecting the barrels while I was there at the distillery. They gave me different options. We tasted through them, and I picked the 2 best. And the 2 that I picked were completely different from each other. And that's what I was looking for, something that would give us 2 different experiences. And then I also have a video from the COO of Casa San Matias. We'll see if it'll play for us here. Yep. All right, so that's Umberto. That's my friend Umberto, and he's thanking everybody for and letting you know that we are indeed getting the first 2 barrels of Rey Sol that were offered for the 20th anniversary 10-year aged edition. All right, so how do you tell the difference between them? The regular Rey Sol comes in a bottle that looks like this. Okay, the 10-year aged comes in a bottle that looks like this. It's the same bottle, but it's got a steel band on it, and it's got a medallion. And this one has got our logo for the Tequila Barrel Collective on it. And then on the other side, it says 10-year aged on it. So that's how you can tell the difference between the 2. The bottle, let's tell you a little bit about the bottle. The bottle's kind of an interesting thing. When I had Carmen Villarreal on the channel, when she was on the Happy Hour with the Hombre, I asked her about how she was able to get this. This was created by a Mexican artist named Sergio Bustamante. Now, Sergio, he makes artwork that's with the moon and the sun, and his artwork is really nice. And every time I'm in Mexico, even in Cabo, he has a gallery in Cabo San Lucas. I have to buy my wife Sergio Bustamante jewelry. She loves it. So when I first discovered this bottle and showed it to my wife, she was like, oh, I love it. And so we actually keep the bottles after I'm done drinking the tequila. But it is made of lead-free crystal, hand-blown. And I've shown you guys a video before. It is a beautiful bottle. And, you know, this tequila, even though it is a fantastic bottle, everyone thinks, you know, sometimes the pretty bottle, the juice inside isn't good. This is one of the exceptions to that rule. And we'll go through that here in just a little bit. But it's got a glass decanter on top. And when it comes with a cork top in it. And it comes with the glass top for the decanter, the crystal in the box. I recommend using the crystal top for it and not keeping the cork in. And I'll go into that here in just a little bit. So the first, the regular Rey Sol is aged 6 years in French oak barrels. So when you buy a regular Rey Sol, you're getting French oak aged for 6 years in its own new French oak barrels. The 10-year is aged in special custom-made barrels that they had made for it. And this is aged for 10 years, 10-year aged. This is 90 proof, so it's 45% alcohol, where the regular is 40% alcohol, 80 proof. So it's a higher proof, so you're going to get more robust flavors and stuff from it. And I love higher proof stuff because I think the agave flavor just pops from it. And also when you're dealing with higher proof in a barrel, you know, when they put them in the barrel, they put them in a high proof because it actually ages better in a barrel at higher proof. You get more of the flavor and stuff from the wood and more of the accents and stuff to it. All right, so let's not waste any more time, though. Let's get into the tasting portion now that you know about the bottle and everything. So first we're going to do the regular Rey Sol, and we'll do a little tasting of this. So I'm going to pour myself a little glass in the Denver and Liley agave glass. And we'll take a look at it in the glass first, like we always do. So this is this is actually 38% because I bought this in Mexico. This is the 38% 6-year aged. And if you look, it coats the glass beautifully. You can see the legs and tears forming on the glass and coming down. And the color of it is a nice golden brown, deep golden brown color. Looks beautiful. On the nose. Smells so good. Now, for those of you that watch the channel, you know my feelings I have for Rey Sol. I get beautiful cinnamon, sweet cinnamon and baking spices coming through on the nose. I'm getting cherry, like a sweet cherry. Definitely oak coming through on it. Vanilla, caramel, cream soda, and butterscotch. It smells fantastic. All right, so let's see what we get on the palate on the regular. Just my earpiece.
Oh yeah. On this, I'm getting coats the mouth beautifully, and I'm getting some of that sweet cooked agave coming through, and then I'm getting that sweet fruit cherry coming through, like a little bit of plum maybe too, and then I get this beautiful vanilla and caramel, and then it finishes with a nice sweet butterscotch on the tongue. Oh yeah, this is good stuff.
Oh, sorry. You know, I always, whenever I taste it, Rey Sol, it does things to me. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, that's some good stuff. If you haven't had Rey Sol, the regular Rey Sol, you owe yourself to get some. It's a treat.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go. Got that cleared up. All right, so that's the regular. That's the regular Rey Sol. Beautiful. I love it. I always have a bottle. Always have a bottle. And then the nice thing about it too is when you are done with the bottle, it's an art piece. Put it up on the mantle and display it proudly. Oh, the flavor on that. It's still right now, still on my tongue. Even after I took a swig of water, I still have the butterscotch, like the sweet butterscotch on the tongue. And I love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. All right, so this is the first 10-year barrel that we did, and you can tell on the back, it tells you all the information about the barrel. This is barrel 29, was the first barrel that we had. And, I had bottle, 71, looks like. 10-year aged, 45%, 90 proof. All right, so I'm going to do the tasting on this one. Give you guys an idea. For those of you that had it, you know what you got. For those of you that haven't had it, you'll get to know what you missed. Ugh. Oh my God. This is like definitely picking up the sweet cinnamon, and then it's robust vanilla, sweet fruit coming through, like mango and papaya, like sweet tropical fruit. Vanilla, caramel, and butterscotch. Oh. Now, this one, I picked this one because it was more robust on the flavor profile. And this is the one that I recommend more for desserts. If you want to have a cigar after dinner and enjoy a really, really great tequila, this is the one that I like for that. And that's why I picked this barrel. Looking at it in the glass, you can see the legs and tiers. It just coats everything beautifully. Color is a deep golden brown, just like the regular. But this baby's been sitting in the barrel for 4 more years than the regular. So on the palate on this one, oh yeah. Oh, I just want to make sweet love to this glass. You get the beautiful ripe cooked agave coming through, and then tropical fruit with some like sweet cherry in there as well, and then you get vanilla. You get a nice oakiness in there to kind of balance things out a little bit, if you know what I mean. And then they hit you with vanilla and this rich, really rich butterscotch that just kind of sits on your tongue for a while. And if you've ever had those, the butterscotch discs, candy, the hard candy, and you put them on your tongue, and you know how after you're done with them, it just kind of sits there on the tongue for a while, and you can taste it. I took a swig of water, and I still have the creamy, buttery butterscotch flavor on my tongue. It is amazing. This is one of my favorite extra añejos. This bottle. Oh, I love a good dessert tequila, and this one, I don't share it with very many people when they come over. It's a special treat. So I do have a couple of bottles. I bought, a case, so I've got some bottles aside, but this one is barrel 29 was special. Okay, so what's the difference between that one and the new barrel that we currently still have some stock on right now? I'll tell you, I'm going to get a different glass for this one. I wiped out the glass one. So this is the brand new one. And you can see it says Lote 3, which is the newest. And then it is barrel 26, 45%, 90 proof, 10-year. This is the new stuff. This is the stuff that we currently have. We have a few bottles left. And we'll pour a little bit in a glass. Try not to knock the mic over. Try not to spill any of this. All right. Oh, darn. I poured a little bit heavier pour than I wanted, but oh, darn. I guess I'll have to drink it. All right. So this is the new barrel. Looking at it in the glass. Coats the glass beautifully. You don't even see the tears and stuff forming yet. Let's see how long it takes before the legs and tears start to form. Look at the coating on that. Look at that. Look at the way it coats that glass. You can still see it's completely coated. Up there it goes. They start coming right now. Look at that. There's the legs and tears coming down it now. So this is going to have a nice viscous mouthfeel to it. Looking at the color, it is also a deep, rich, golden brown color to it. On the nose. Oh. I'm definitely picking up beautiful sweet cinnamon and baking spices from the ripe cooked agave. And then it's got a nice floralness to it, which I really enjoy. And it's got light fruit, like a pear, coming through on it as well. Definitely a hint of cherry in there. And then vanilla and caramel and butterscotch are coming through as well. Smells great. All right, let's see what it tastes like.
Oh, yeah. How often do you see me just smile and stuff after I taste something? So from this, it coats the mouth beautifully. My mouth is really thick and rich and oily on the mouthfeel. And then I'm getting some light cinnamon and baking spices and stuff coming through from the mature cooked agave, the ripe cooked agave, and then it just hits you with a light vanilla and then a fruitiness like some cherry and sweet fruit, like even some mango are coming through on that. And then at the end, baby, oh, let me tell you, you get that vanilla and a little hint of caramel and then some nice creamy butterscotch that comes through on it. Now, this isn't as bold. It isn't as bold and in your face as the other barrel was. So this would be good as an appetizer right before you're about to have dinner. An afternoon sipper. You could also have it as dessert if you don't want something as robust. But I think this one's a little lighter and probably, you could drink more of it if you're not careful. Hold on a second. Let me take care of this.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, so I think this one would work great as an aperitif. And now, one thing too, if you let it sit in your glass for a while, the actual flavor profile will change. So I have the original, the 29 right here as well. So we'll come back to those in a little bit, and we'll taste them. We'll let them open up a little more and taste them. But now let's get into a little bit of the questions and comments and see what everybody's got to say. So first of all, hey, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and supporting all the stuff that I do. I appreciate it. Thank you. Todd says he's already on his third Denver Lightly glass of the 6-year Rey Sol. You got to get the 10-year. You got to get the 10-year. Oh, it's so good. 10 years, so good. And I put the link in the description for anybody that wants to pick up a bottle. Let's go Ducks. Yeah. Must be a Ducks fan. I'm a Ducks fan. All right, so this bottle will be gone tonight, so I'm sad. I'm going to need an anniversary issue to hurry up. And yeah, it's coming. There, if you ordered it, it's being shipped. That's right.
Oh yeah.
It is really good tequila. Yes, it is a beautiful bottle. It is a fantastic bottle. And the stuff inside is great as well. Now it comes in this really nice case. So people are like, well, why does it come in such a big box? Well, it comes in these boxes like this, And if you see, it has the logo for the Tequila Barrel Collective, my group on there. And it says the Lote 3, because we did 2 other barrels through Casa San Matias, which were Lote 1 and 2. Actually, 2 was the Barrel 29, and then the first Lote was some Corazon de Agave barrels that we bought, and San Matias Gran Reserva. It says 10-year aged, special edition, 20th anniversary. And the cool thing about it is if you want to get rid of the box, you can actually, this is a sticker, so you can actually take this off and put it up. I have one on my wall here in the office. And then when it opens up, the bottle sits inside, and the glass decanter top goes here in the top, and it sits nicely in a display case like this. So if you bought 2 of them, you can actually keep one on top of your bar, or even if you just want to put your bottle that you have open on display in this as well, it can sit on top of your bar, and it'll look great. So it comes in these boxes. Each bottle comes in a box like this. Fantastic packaging, and the tequila on it is amazing. It's a special treat. All right, so yeah, the Rey Sol's busting through. Oh yeah, just like Kool-Aid, I guess is what you're implying. I have already ordered 2 bottles, but have not received. If I buy 2 more bottles, is there any way to get the case? No, you have to get the case price at the time that you buy it. So there is a discount if you buy a case of them. Sorry. Generally speaking, the nicer the bottle, the crappier the spirit in it. Rey Sol is one of the few exceptions. I agree. It is one of the few exceptions to the rule. Rey Sol is a fantastic tequila. Hey, thank you, Mr. Segura. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you picking a character that says I rock, because I try my best to educate you guys on the way that the stuff is made and what it's all about. And Rey Sol is, I don't have any connection with them at all. I just enjoy the product, and so I like the distillery, and I've gotten to know the people there. And I actually did a tour of the distillery, a video tour, which is on the channel. And if you look on there, you can actually find the tour as well. So there you go. Now let's, if you guys have any more questions, let me know. We can kind of let this sit and talk about how it changes. If you let it sit in the glass and aerate. Now that's one of the reasons why I recommend when you get your bottle, if you bought a bottle, use the decanter top to it. Don't seal it up with the cork, because you actually want this to breathe, because it'll actually get better in the bottle when it gets air in it once it's opened. You'll get more of the flavors and stuff that come through on it as it is more exposed to air. That's what I'm not afraid of keeping this one in a bottle like this at all, where there's air inside of it, and the flavor profile just gets changes with it. And it's funny because I was sitting with a couple people in Mexico when I originally picked the barrels. I asked them for sample bottles and brought them back, and actually was sitting down with some people and poured them some samples. And as we sipped a little bit, and one person picked the 29 as they thought was the best one, another one picked the 26, and then we talked and we were drinking some other tequilas and stuff, and then we came back to it. And when we came back to it, they change their mind as to which one they like best, because the flavor profile will actually change. So don't be in a hurry to drink it. Let it sit in the glass. And even if you want, like, say, okay, I'm going to want to have a glass of Rey Sol, pour a glass and then let it sit for a little while and let it open up, let it get exposure to the air. And you'll notice that the flavor will change. If you sip it right away and then let it sit, the flavor will change. And it happens a lot with French oak. So even anything that's French oak aged, when you let it sit out, it actually, the flavor will change in a short period of time. So, you know, it was a matter of 20 minutes or so that the flavor changed on us when we were sipping on it. And so that's one thing that I really love about French oak. All right. So you said, so I'm confused. Is the bottle at Old Town Tequila? Yes. The bottle at Old Town is different. Now, each of these is a single barrel. So they come from different barrels. So the first one that we did was barrel 29. We got all of barrel 29. Nobody else got any of it. Okay. And then this one was from barrel 26. And we were getting all of barrel 26. That's all that we have all of it. No one else is getting any of it. And each barrel is completely different in the flavor profile. So it all doesn't taste the same. It's completely different. And so when I was tasting them, there were some that were rough, some that were a little more harsh and not as flavorful. And there was some that I flat out didn't like because I didn't like the way they aged in the barrel. And so I picked the two that I like the best. We got the first two barrels ever selected out of it. So I get my choice out of all of them, and I get the two best from it. So it's going to be different than what you found at Old Town in their 10-year aged edition that they have, and any other store that you go to. Ours is going to be different. And so if you've tried the Old Town, I challenge you to try ours, and I bet you you like ours better, because I actually went there, sat down, went through them, and picked out flavor profiles that I thought would be appealing to the group. I've pretty much gotten down, you know, what the group likes, and I think I nailed it on both of them. Both of them are fantastic, and they're different, completely different from each other. 29 is completely different from 26. You can have them both on the shelf and enjoy them both at different times for different reasons. They don't taste the same. So yeah, they're going to be different. So Todd, is the anniversary edition really that much better? Yes, absolutely that much different. Yes, and better. Yeah, I like it better. I'm hoping that they do the 10-year aged again sometime soon, or we'll, you know, maybe if we sell out this barrel, maybe I'll talk to them about, hey, if you have any more barrels left, let me do a tasting when I'm down there in August, and maybe we'll do another barrel of it, and I'll pick another one for us, because this stuff is so good. But yeah, once the 150 barrels are gone, it's gone, and then maybe they'll do it again in another 10 years. So it is different, and it's that much better. Yeah. So if you like the 6-year, if you love the 6-year, the 10-year is going to blow your mind. And I'm serious. It will. It's elevated. Just, so much better. Yeah, definitely get the collectives, because I'm telling you, it is fantastic. Hey, JD, yo, Cincinnati in the house. How you doing, buddy? Glad you can make it. Hey, thanks, Shaman, for the super chat. Hey, thanks. You're welcome. I think as far as complexity goes, they're both very complex. I think 26 is definitely bolder on the flavor profile. 29 is bolder on the flavor. Sorry, 29 is bolder on the flavor profile. 26 is more lighter, but it everything melds just beautifully on it. I think 29 was better for a dessert, where you could use 26 as a dessert or as an aperitif before dinner, an afternoon sipper type of thing before you eat. I think the 29 was more just like super rich and robust on the flavor profile, and more of like a sitting on the back patio when it's dark out after a good meal and just having a nice dessert sipper. Hey, Todd, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate the support. Dude, you know you're part of the Tequila Hombre family, always have been, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody that supports the channel. It all helps, and I appreciate it. Thank you. In the barrel that we have now, we had 41 cases. There's 4 bottles to a case, so that's what, 164 bottles. We have 20 left. So that just gives you an idea how much people have bought. We have 20 bottles left. So we got a large amount of them sold during the pre-sale because people liked the first barrel. And so this one, I don't expect it to be around very long. So if you've been putting it off, don't put it off any longer. Get them while you can, because once they're gone, they're gone. I can't get any more unless we do, maybe I'll talk to him about getting it. But if you guys know what I went through to get this barrel here, I know some of you do. Some of you that are part of the collective that got the emails, I sent an email out that showed the string of email conversations with the importer, the Sazerac, and I'll let you guys know what I was going through to get this barrel here. Maybe we may take another shot at it, but I have to talk to the Sazerac guy and make sure that it's going to be a smoother transition this time than it was last. So there's 164 bottles in this particular barrel. The first barrel, we only had 33 cases. So there was less in the first barrel. And that could explain why it's richer and more complex than the second one. The Angels took more of their share out of it. But that one sold out quick. We don't have any of that one left. So I purchased the 10-year, picked up for another group. It is good, but lacked the agave flavor. That's that I was like, oh, well, yeah, well, they didn't know what they were looking for when they picked their barrel, probably. Ours has the agave flavor. Definitely has the agave flavor. It's there. You'll find the agave in ours. I made sure there was agave in ours before I picked them. So it's definitely there. Never even tried the 6-year, jumping straight to the 10. Can't wait. You should. Yeah. I know you placed an order. It's so good. After this, the 6-year will always be available. It's always there. So you guys can always try the 6-year and have that if you miss out on the 10-year. But the 10-year is a treat. It really is a treat. So says, I'm looking forward to tasting this. Well, did you order? I don't know if did you order some? I hope you did. And if you did, let me know what you think, and let me know. You'll get the cinnamon and the baking spices from the cooked agave in there. Definitely, it's right up front. Which I always look for agave forward. I like the agave to hit me first, and then to follow up with the barrel influence and stuff after that. So if you did purchase some, then I can't wait to hear what you think. If you haven't, get some before it's gone, because otherwise you won't be able to taste the flavor from this one. They are different. Each barrel is completely different. And if you know this, anytime you have any type of tequila, when you look at what the batch number is, each batch is going to be different. So I had people say, oh, I didn't like this. I tried G4 and it was a little more peppery than I like, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, we tried one batch. Don't tell me you don't like a brand until you've tried 2, 3, 4, 5 different batches. Because they're all different. They're different. You're dealing with agave harvested from different areas. You're dealing with a different crop, and then different times a year where the different yeast are doing the fermentation during the open fermentation part of it. It's all different. So if you try a brand and you say, I don't like this, if they can make the same flavor every time, they would be considered like geniuses. Each batch has a different flavor to it because of where they harvest the agave, the conditions, everything. So try one from a different, but make sure you write down, if you don't like a flavor of a particular tequila, write down the batch that you bought. Like, say if you said, I don't like this G4 Blanco, it's overly it has too much pepper to it. Write down the batch number on it. And the next time you go shopping, look for G4, pick up a bottle and look at the back and make sure the batch number is not the same. If it's the same batch number, don't buy it because you don't like it. But if it's a different batch number, buy it and try it and see. You'll notice the difference. You can even do a side-by-side comparison between the two. They'll be different. They'll be different from each other. They don't taste the same. Each batch, one batch from the other, doesn't taste the same. And that's one of the things that Ocho tries to show you too, where they harvest from different fields, each year, and they taste completely different. So give them a chance. So even with ours, each barrel is completely different, and because the wood, they use different wood. It's not the same wood. It's not from the same trees. And so it has different flavor profiles and stuff to it. And I tasted through a bunch of them before I selected the 2 that I liked. And there were some in there that I flat out did not like. But there's no agave. This agave is gone on this. There were some that were more harsh. Some that had a astringency to it from the wood that I didn't like. And then these are the 2 ones where I was like, oh yeah. And even they have a professional taster that sat down at the table with me, and even she was like, "Oh, you got the 2 best I've ever tasted." Which, coming from her, that's what she does for a living. I trust that my judgment was good. Hey, C Spill, how are you, buddy? Glad you could make it. All right, so Scott says, I need a little education. I've never had either Tears or Rey Sol. I love Don Fulano, Tapatio, and Tesoro XA. Oh, you're missing a lot. This is different. Now, if you like Don Fulano, this will blow Don Fulano out of the water. Now, you understand, this is just an extra añejo, okay? Don Fulano's got a Blanco, a Repo, añejo, and then it's got the blue extra añejo. This is just an extra añejo, okay? There's not a Blanco, Repo, añejo. This is just an extra añejo. That's all they do for this. And it was just a special thing they do. They use super ripe agave and stuff. And if you like French oak, if you like Don Fulano's extra añejo, you're gonna love this. This is gonna top off Don Fulano. You're gonna be like, oh, where have you been all my life? Completely different. Tapatio, Tesoro, Tears, all American oak aged. It's a different flavor profile altogether. This is French oak's got a sweeter flavor profile to it than American oak does. So it's got a different flavor profile. That's why I don't say, when I say I have a favorite extra añejo, I separate them because they're different flavor profiles. So my favorite extra añejo that's American oak aged is the Cascana single barrel 900 proof extra añejo that we got, the single barrel. That is my favorite extra añejo American oak aged of all time, period. The Tapatio Excelencia was my favorite. It's not anymore. The Cascanas is. It's remarkably good. Extra añejo French oak aged Rey Sol is so far above anything else I've ever tasted. And I've got the Don Fulano. I've got a bunch of different French oak extra añejos. Rey Sol is by far the best. It's in a league of its own. It's so far ahead of anything else I've ever tasted, French oak aged, on how good that this extra añejo is. It's one of the most best kept secrets as far as extra añejos go. People always talk about Tears of Llorona and stuff. You're going to spend the kind of money, if it was for me, if someone said, hey, would you pick Tears of Llorona or would you pick Rey Sol? And they were the same price and same thing. Rey Sol all the way, not even a doubt in my mind. I wouldn't even think about it. I'd be just give me the Rey Sol. I like Rey Sol much better than Tears of Llorona. Tears of Llorona is good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. It's got that sherry and the scotch and the cognac in there. But, or the sherry, scotch, and brandy. They don't use cognac, it's brandy. It's great. It's great. But the agave's not there. And then this has just got just a flavor profile that just, I love it. We're not talking about Lalo, dude. We're talking about Rey Sol. This is a Rey Sol edition. But yes, everyone's tried Lalo. Look at my review on Lalo, okay? It's on the channel already. We're talking Rey Sol here. Oh, great. Did you get the 10-year? Or did you buy a bottle of the 6-year from someplace? I hope you got the 10-year. Yes, definitely pick up Rey Sol. And then if you want the 10-year, our special barrel buy, the link is below in the description. Once the bottle's sold out, it's gone. It's gone. We're not going to have any more. It's gone. Hello, Mark. I like Don Flow next day. I'm definitely an after dinner drink. I really need to try this. Yes, you do. Andy, I'm serious. If you try it, you got to let me know what you think. Okay. Because seriously, it is amazing. Okay. It's going to blow your mind. I know people are going to come back to me wanting to buy more bottles and stuff later. And I'm going to have to say, sorry, it's sold out. But this stuff is amazing. And if you bought into the first one, and I told everybody it was amazing, and the feedback I got, I didn't get anybody that came back to me saying, you were saying that this was amazing and this was, the best. And I don't agree with it. I didn't have one person come back to me on the first barrel and say that. Everybody came back to me and said, is there any more of that left? Can I get more? Can I get more? And I had to tell them, sorry, we're sold out, because that's all we had. That's it. And it's gone. So, maybe if you guys like this one and we want to talk about the collective doing another Rey Sol barrel, maybe I could talk to them about that next month when I'm there and say, hey, we want to do everybody wants another Rey Sol barrel. I can try to pick something out that's, right in line with flavor profiles that we had from the first and the second barrel here. And if I don't find one, I won't pick one because I don't want to get anything that people aren't going to really love. So if we don't find one, I won't pick one. But if I can find one, then maybe we can add another barrel. If you guys, if people find out that they want to get more after they try this, and there's no more left. All right. I'm flexible. You guys know I'm flexible about that. You want to say, hey, we should talk about doing another Rey Sol barrel. I'll open it up to the group on an email. And if everybody comes back saying, yeah, we want another one. Yeah, we want another. And I get enough people that I know we're going to sell the barrel, then I will do it. All right. I'm always good about that. I always promise you guys that if there's a certain tequila that you want, that we will we'll get it for the collective if enough people are agreeing to go for it. Oh, the Rey Sol. Okay, you're getting into 10-year. Great. You got to let me know when you do get it. Come on a Q&A, or you can even post on the Rey Sol review that I did before what you think of it in the comments. I'd love to hear your comments and let me know what you think. Yeah, it's already shipped. Yeah, people are already getting it. Yeah, so you, if I remember correctly, are close by. So you should be coming soon. If you want, message me on Facebook and I can tell you when yours should be arriving. I can check for you, okay? So just message me afterwards and I can tell you. I think yours is coming. Yours has already been shipped, I believe. Most of them have already been shipped. So for people on the East Coast, if you bought your bottle already, it's going to take a little time to get to you because it's got to get to the East Coast. But what we do is we put them on a truck, on a pallet, okay? And then we ship them out to the East Coast and hand them off to the local carriers there to deliver them. And that way we know your bottles are going to show up in one piece. They're not going to get broken and kicked and thrown like UPS and FedEx does with boxes all the time, where you're like, oh my God, what the hell happened to this box? And when it shows up on your front porch, or they won't throw it over the fence or whatever. So we use local carriers, and then we truck it out to the East Coast and hand it off to the carriers. So it takes a little time. It'll take 7 to 10 days to get to you. Okay. Sometimes maybe sooner, depends on how quick the truck can get out to the East Coast for the East Coasters. But we do that so it gets to you safe and in one piece, and that it's not mistreated or anything. So you get good quality in your spirits that you buy from Ferment and Still. We don't want people getting broke, especially with stuff like this. We don't want bottles broken. So we're making sure that it's treated with the utmost care. So it takes a little more time. So just be patient. It'll get to you. The people that are getting theirs now are like in California and the West Coast, because we use a local carrier here that delivers them pretty much overnight. So they get them quick. So be patient. You'll get them. And if you have a question about tracking your stuff, you can always send me a note and I can look it up for you and see where things are and send you the link if you haven't already got it. You should get a link in your email when it ships. And when you do, if you know, it should be in your email. If you don't see it in your email, check your junk mail and spam before you send a note to customer service. We've got a really good customer service reps that will look it up and send you the link if they need to. The guys we have working customer service are fantastic. I also oversee customer service, so I'll see some of the emails too, and maybe I'll respond if I want to make sure that everybody's taken care of. When I make a promise, I like to make sure that it's all delivered on. All right, so let's see. Okay, here we go. So Shaman says, I think tasting 4 more barrels while you're in Mexico is a great idea, and only grabbing a super special barrel. Well, if I'm there, though, I'll probably be tasting more than 4 barrels. So, but I will, if everybody comes back and says that, you know, they love this barrel after we're sold out and they're interested in getting more. If I get enough people, then we may look at another barrel. These barrels, as you know from the pricing, aren't cheap. So we need to make sure that we're going to be selling all of them. So Sermon still doesn't take, no, they don't take Apple Pay anymore. No, we have issues with Apple Pay. You have to use just regular credit card and stuff. Apple Pay, there was issues with things not working right with the store. You can order it ferment and still. Here, let me put it up on the. There you go. The link is in the description below. You have to order it online, and you'd have to have it shipped to you. Link is in the description for the Rey Sol buy, so you can find it there. All right. I'm trying to decide between this Rey Sol and Cascanas Extra Anejo. Please help. Oh. See, that's a decision I wouldn't want to make. I have them both. I couldn't pass on either. I couldn't decide between the two. Just get them both. You live once, right? Get them both. I just joined, but thanks for the. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. I know your order's already in, so I know you're getting it. So you're welcome, Jay. Usually takes 1 to 2 days once I get. No, yeah, it's great. Well, I'm glad you like it. Yes, when you're local, when you're in the area here, it comes very fast. And we've fixed a lot of the issues. I spent some time with our fulfillment staff getting things fixed on it. So the shipping has gotten a lot faster now. Normally, when an order goes in, it ships within 2 to 3 days. It ships, and then it normally shows up pretty quickly, depending on how fast the courier service can get it to you. Having some tears, great. Well, you're missing out on Rey Sol. You should be having some Rey Sol right now because it's better than tears. Yeah, it's better than tears. So while you spent your $249 or whatever on your Tears y Verona, I'm enjoying Rey Sol, man. I'm just playing with you, Al. I'm glad you're enjoying Tears. It's good. What about it? It doesn't hold a candle to Tears to Rey Sol. Why is everybody talking about Fortaleza? And this is a Rey Sol edition. We're talking Rey Sol here. We're not talking about that. Save that for Monday for Q&A with the Hombre. Here we go. Rey Sol is the best tequila I've ever tasted. I've never seen one other than mine. It is the best Extra Anejo. It's one of the best Extra Anejos. The best French Extra Anejos I've ever tasted. So I agree with you on that. It's not, that and the Cascanas 100 proof single barrel are my 2 top Extra Anejos. Nothing's come close to either of those yet. As far as French oak goes, Rey Sol is the top. As far as American oak goes, the Cascanas single barrel is the top. Nothing's come close. So I told you we would revisit these. These have been sitting for a little while we're talking to you guys. This is the first one. This is barrel 29. Oh, yeah. So good. Oh, seriously, guys.
It's so good, baby. Oh yeah, I just want to make sweet love to this glass. I want to hold it and hug it and. Oh. Well, let's try this other glass though. Oh. Yeah, after some time, it's getting a little mature. It's getting good. Completely different. Oh yeah, but so good. Hold on. I need to change my voice back. Hold on.
Oh yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah, they're so different. So different, but both of them are so good. Seriously. If you haven't tried, or if you haven't picked up your bottle of Barrel 26 yet, that's on fermented still, the current barrel that we're selling, you're missing out. Seriously. You're going to hear about it when people that get this start posting and talking about how it's the best you ever had. It's you're going to miss out. What is this? I'm with Isaac Medina. Tough call. No, not really. Yeah. You're killing. Well, get some and then it won't be killing you. You'll have your own. And I swear, we should just have a Rey Sol drinking, sampling party here where we all just sip it and stuff, because you guys, yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. Makes me want to sing.
Don't buy tears. Yeah, that's right. The tequila police.
Stop talking about other tequilas. We're talking about Rey Sol now. This is the tequila police. Don't make us come in there and enforce this Rey Sol only rule. Be nice, and let's talk Rey Sol.
Yep, there they go. They weighed in. Can you link the glasses again? I missed it when you meant. Yeah, it's just denverandliley.com. I'll put a link in the description after we're done here. How would you store it? How long will it last after? I store it just like this. Seriously. With the decanter top in the top. Just store it like this. It'll last years. It's not going to go bad. It'll last years. This bottle here, my regular Rey Sol, I bought last time I was in Mexico 3 years ago. When I picked these barrels, it was two years ago. Yeah, it's been 2.5 years, because that's how messed up it was trying to get them here. So, and it's it's great. But trust me, after you try it, you're not going to want to have them sitting around. Trust me. You're going to be like, oh my God, this is freaking delicious. That's right. Hashtag Rey Sol only. And it's R-E-Y. R-E-Y, not Ray like in Ray Liotta, but it's Ray, R-E-Y, like the sun. Like Ray, like R-E-Y. Hashtag Rey Sol only. That's right. Raiders got it. Got mine yesterday. Amazing. They crisp. Definitely one of my favorite French. Love that they're still. Yes, you tasted the agave. I was trying to tell JD, the agave's there. It's there in this. I made sure when I selected these barrels that there was agave, because if there wasn't agave, it got rejected. It got rejected by the hombre. So this has the agave, and it's up forward. It's forward. It comes right in the beginning. And then all the rest of the barrel stuff, the barrel influence, the fruit and the vanilla and caramel and butterscotch, all just kind of just come in later. They kind of work their way in. But it starts out with that really sweet cinnamon baking spice and cooked agave. So trust me, I'm not lying. I'm serious. Chris confirmed it. Hey everyone, Mark. Hey, I have Rey Sol beat Barrel 29 and I can't wait. Yes. Barrel 29 was good, right? Abel, tell everybody about Barrel 20. When you got it, what did you think of Barrel 29? I'd love to hear. Tell everybody what you thought of it. Did you like it? You weren't disappointed, right? Obviously, if he's buying Barrel 26, he wasn't disappointed because he's come back for more. He knows. But I want to hear what Abel says about what he thought about Barrel 28. Barrel 29 was amazing. People PMing me already on this. I have to get to them when I'm done. If you're on here while you're PMing me on Facebook, I will get back to you after I'm done, okay? But I want to hear what Abel says about who is it? Oh, I'll get back to him later. People messaging me while I'm on the stream. Abel, what did you think about 29? Comment. Let me know. He's probably typing something big up. So it's special stuff. Okay, that's all I really need to tell you. They use, if you've missed the beginning, I make sure you go back and watch the video from the beginning because I went over how they make it. And I went through and showed pictures of the process and it showed pictures from the distillery. So when we're done with this, make sure you go back and watch the video again from the beginning and you can see how it's made. It's made different than anything else at Casa San Matias. This was a special project from Carmen Villarreal, and this is special for her. It's got, okay, here you go. Abel says B29 is the best. I'm glad he got a whole case of it. So there you go. This stuff is fantastic. All right. I don't want anybody here that's watching this to be upset that they weren't able to get any later after it's sold out. So make sure you get some at Ferment and Still. The link is in the description below. Grab yours before it's gone. And then we'll move on to the next batch of the next product that we have coming in. And you'll just have to, we won't deal with Rey Sol anymore until if we get another barrel. If there's enough people that want more, let me know after we're done with barrel 26. And I can talk to my friends, my familia at Casa San Matias about doing another barrel of the Rey Sol 10-year if they still have them left. They will do things for me that they won't do for other people because they're my familia in Mexico. I love them. They know I love them. I tell them all the time I love them. And I'm sure if I ask them nice enough and say pretty please, they'll do that. Hey, Shaman, thanks for the day. My wife says it's time for dinner. Okay, good. Shaman, enjoy your evening. Enjoy your dinner. Yes, you can. Yes. That's not a problem. All right. Well, that's it too, because I'm going to go and have a little more Rey Sol and sit here and just enjoy this and have my voice change because...
Oh, yeah. It makes me want to sing. Oh, I love this stuff. Oh, I just want to make sweet, sweet love to this glass when I have Rey Sol in it. And I promise you, you'll never hear me say this about any other tequila. Nope.
Okay, so Abel says he gets notes of toasted almonds, dark chocolate, and agave. There you go, on his Rey Sol. There you go. Everyone gets different notes. That's perfectly fine. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. Thanks for coming and watching. Rey Sol, hashtag Rey Sol only. And he spelled it right. Good job. Good job, Raider. I'm just playing with you too about the misspelling. Cheers. Hey, salute to everybody. Hey, it was great that you guys could join me for tonight to talk about Rey Sol. We'll have another live review on Friday, so 5 o'clock. So make sure you, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe and click the bell next to it so you're notified when we go live. And don't forget to give me a like for the information I shared for this video. It's filled with information. If you came in late, go back and watch it from the beginning because you missed the whole production details that I went through with the pictures from the distillery and everything. So make sure you go back and watch it from the beginning. Don't forget to give me a like for the information I shared. We love the likes. And then, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So if you're drinking Rey Sol, you're doing it right. We'll see you guys Friday. Salute.